this is for the website, but for the production trucks, through the broadcast, through the broadcast, when it comes up, it pops up. Broadcast, create broadcast. My Film Athletics channel and everything.
Yeah.
It's automatically as long as Film Athletics. And here's the big one. The camera A, as you go down, and then you have to go to HDMI. Mine is standard, and I have to go to HDMI. And the audio is obviously you guys.
Yeah. Another 2018 high school basketball season begins tonight. We have a fun matchup for you here from Sheldon High School. Out of the 6A level, the Sheldon Irish hosting the 5A Churchill Lancers. Mark Randy and Sean McPherson with you here live from Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium in Eugene, Oregon. Should be a fun matchup here on KWVA Eugene 88.1 as well as on SheldonAthletics.com. Thanks for joining us here for another edition of high school basketball. Sheldon coming in out of the Southwest Conference. A tough year for them last year. They make the playoffs for the fourth straight year under their head coach Daniel Clark. They lose in the first round. Churchill, they go all the way to the 5A state championship game before losing to Wilsonville, but these are two new-look teams here heading into 2017-2018.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Two teams coming off very different seasons. For Churchill, they were the state runner-up last year, but they departed 11 seniors, including first-team All-State Lucas Wilson and second-team All-State Spencer Hoffman. Two returners for Churchill, including third-team Midwestern League Lucas Schwinn. For Sheldon, they're coming off a down season, but they're returning first-team All-Southwest Conference Justin Herbert.
Returning Patrick Herbert, in fact, there. Justin Herbert came here and played at Sheldon High School when he was in high school, of course. Justin Herbert making a name for himself at the collegiate level, playing for the Sheldon Irish, or pardon me, for the Oregon Ducks at quarterback. He did play here for the Sheldon Irish when he was indeed in high school. But you mentioned a little bit there, Sean, the Sheldon team. They return a couple of players, including 5 total, including junior post Patrick Herbert, and also 2017 team captain Zach Hankins. And they also get a big boost from someone coming up from the JV level, Dominic McGarvey, the 6'8" post, the junior coming up from the JV team a year ago. He gives this Sheldon team a lot of height as well, Donald. He could be a big boost for this team here in 2017. You look over at the Churchill side, they're led by head coach Kelly Bookin, now in his 10th year with the team. He has a winning percentage of over 70% overall as the head coach of this team. 175 wins, there's 70 losses in his career here with the Churchill Lancers. So he's certainly a very good coach. And as you mentioned, Sean, despite the fact that Churchill, they have lost 11 players from their team last year, leave it to a coach like Bookin to make something out of this team and put them in a good position to succeed here in 2017-2018. Getting set here for the first broadcast of the 2017-2018 season. The starters taking the court for both sides. Give you them here for the Churchill Lancers. Starting at guard is Silas Bennion along with Isaiah Wallace Campbell. And then as you move upwards up the court, you have Kalen O'Neill, Everett Lewis, the 6'7" senior, and Kalen Nchekube. Take a break here, though. We'll give you the starters for the Sheldon side after we take a break for the anthem. You're listening to Sheldon Basketball right here on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM. back here at Sheldon High School as we get set for the first Oregon High School basketball broadcast of the 2017-2018 season. Thanks for listening here on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM. Mark Randy and Sean McPherson with you live from Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium. I mentioned the starters for the Churchill side before we did go to a break for the anthem. Let's give those to you here one more time as they're announced before us here at Sheldon High School. Your starting backcourt, Silas Bennion and Isaiah Wallace Campbell. And the wing position, you have Kalen O'Neill, the sophomore at 6'5". And then up the front court, 6'7" junior Jonathan Nchekube and the 6'7" senior Everett Lewis. Everett Lewis, one of the two returners for this varsity team this season. The other was the third-team Midwestern League player Lucas Schwinn. Lucas Schwinn not in the starting lineup here for the Churchill Lancers. Now for the Sheldon Irish, the starters being announced in front of us here. Their final lineup for the first game of this season looks like this. Starting at the guard position, Devontae Bailey, the 6' senior, the transfer from Thurston High School. Starting alongside him is Zach Hankins, the team captain here for 2017-2018. He's the 6'4" senior. Josh Paul starting at the wing position at 6'4", this sophomore. Also the 6'8" junior post, Dominic McGarvey, along with the junior 6'5" wing player, Oren Patu. Your officials today, Nick Sahanchik, Robert Spalding, and Ben Prawl. Mark Randy and Sean McPherson with you live from Sheldon High School. Should be a fun one. Thanks for listening on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM as well as on SheldonAthletics.com. Jump ball, it'll be between Jonathan Nchekube along with Dominic McGarvey for the Irish. Another 2017-2018 high school basketball season begins now. Sheldon, coached in his 5th year, Daniel Clark. 10th year for the Churchill head coach, Kelly Bookin. The ball is in the air, and the tip is won by the Lancers. Tipped around, and it goes to Churchill. Right side, so it's been passed underneath. It goes to Nchekube. His shot is no good. Rebound poked around, and it goes out of bounds. Who's it off of? It's off Churchill. So a shot no good there from Nchekube, and it's Sheldon basketball. Right side goes Devontae, but takes a screen from Hankins. Double team comes down. He drives right into the paint. He goes underneath, passes into the corner to Patu. He loses the handle and then throws it back around to the outside to Hankins. Sizing up his defender, dribbles, picks up his dribble. Now Patu right side. Behind the back dribble, loses it, but he picks it back up. Back to half court now is Devontae Bailey. Now he dribbles into the right side against the zone of the Lancers. A fadeaway jumper off front iron, no good. A rebound to Nchekube, his first. Going the other way now from left to right is Churchill. On that left wing, it's Kalen O'Neill. Now he passes to the right side to Silas Bennion, guarded by DeBailey. Drives baseline, he's fouled. The shot is up, no good, but the foul is on the ground. First foul is charged to Devontae Bailey of the Irish. It'll be a side out from underneath the Churchill basket. A minute gone here in this first quarter, no score. Sheldon and Churchill. Inbounding the ball is Isaiah Wallace Campbell. Underneath it goes to Nchekube, pump fake. Puts up, no good, rebound off the hands of Hankins, out of bounds, off the Irish. It'll stay Churchill basketball. Hankins, he had that left hand on it, but cannot get the right on it. Passing this ball in is Wallace Campbell, and we have a whistle as the ball gets thrown in. It'll likely be a foul against the Irish, and indeed it will. This one, it goes against Oren Patu there, his first. So 2 early fouls on this Sheldon team, not even a minute into the game. On the inbound is Wallace Campbell. Pump fakes, now passed out to the outside. Knocked away there by McGarvey. It goes out of bounds off McGarvey and the Irish. It'll stay Churchill basketball. They now inbound it from inside the Sheldon student section. 7:03 left here in the first quarter. No score. Sheldon and Churchill. Thanks for listening on 88.1 FM. Ball inbound at top of the key to Wallace Campbell. Takes a screen there. Now dribbles left behind the back. Another screen this time from Lewis. Steps back. A 3 from straight on. It's off the right side of the iron. And it's safe going out of bounds, but it goes into the hands of a Sheldon Irish. That's Dominic McGarvey. Right side now. Pass goes into the corner to Devontae Bailey. Swing left side it goes to Oren Patu. Thinks about a jumper. Now he hands it up to Hankins. Free throw line jumper. And it is perfect. First 2 points of the game goes to Zach Hankins. Sheldon in front 2-0. Now dribbling up the other side is Wallace Campbell for the Churchill team. We have a timeout called for by Kelly Bookin and this Churchill team. So a minute and a half in, it's 2-0 Sheldon. Great defense on both sides, but Sheldon, they strike first. The jumper there from Zach Hankins.
Very sloppy game thus far. A lot of loose balls, a lot of turnovers.
A lot of points so far in a minute and a half, just 2-0. The Sheldon Irish are out in front. It was a jumper from the free throw line by Zach Hankins. He shot that one right over Jonathan Enchekube. Enchekube, the junior, 6'7", very athletic as well. He seems to be kind of the heir to this Churchill team after the Lancers lost a couple of really good players a season ago. Back underway, the inbound goes to Wallace Campbell, drives left side, and he puts up a wild shot. It goes off the rim. No good. Picked up there by Lewis, but it's blocked as he tries to shoot it. It goes out to the outside to Kalen O'Neal. His shot is no good, but there's a foul on the ground before the shot attempt. And this one, it goes against Dominic McGarvey for the Irish. So 3 team fouls. It's the first time McGarvey, but 3 total fouls on the Sheldon team. Wallace Campbell inbounds, goes to the right side to Bennion. Now right top of the key to Kalen O'Neal. Picks up a screen, drives to the left. Another kick from Lewis's jumper is sent away. We have a jump ball.
Nice block by the athletic McGarvey.
Dominic McGarvey gets his hand on that one. A jump ball goes the way of the Irish. Inbounding it is Hankins in the backcourt. And it goes to Devontae Bailey, the transfer from Thurston. Dribbling from the left side, now cuts to the right. Looking for a backdoor pass, that time to Josh Paul. No one there, though. Kicks out to Patu. Right side, picks up his dribble. Hands it off to Bailey. In the paint now, kicks it into the corner. Goes to Paul, drives in, throws up a shot, but a blocking foul on the ground. No shot attempt as it missed. And this foul, it'll go against Isaiah Wallace Campbell, the first team foul against Churchill. Still 2-0 Sheldon, 5:48 left. Bailey to inbound, and it goes to Hankins. Left side pump fakes, now back down to the defender. A spin move, and he passes it out. McGarvey drives in right side. The layup, no good, but a foul called. They'll earn 2 shots from the free throw line. This foul, it goes against Jonathan Enchekube. It's his first as well. Two 2-0 Sheldon now at the free throw line. Dominic McGarvey, his first, rims out. Dominic McGarvey, the junior post, standing at 6'8". He was on the JV team a season ago. Getting some run here as the starting 5 on varsity. Next free throw rims out as well. The rebound is fought for, and it goes off of Churchill.
Good hustle there.
Out of bounds. Out of bounds there off Isaiah Wallace Campbell. He had a headlong dive for it, but they contact with the ball and it goes out of bounds for Sheldon. Inbounding under his own basket is Bailey. Left side, the pass goes to Patu. A three-pointer from the left wing is no good. Off the backboard and the rim. Rebound goes to Lewis, who kicks up the court to Bennion. Left side of the floor. Sizes up. Bailey passes it into the corner to Wallace Campbell. Back to Bennion. Right corner, drives base on the layup is up and good, and the foul. First 2 points of the game. It goes to Silas Bennion for the Lancers. Another one coming from the line potentially as well. The foul goes to Devontae Bailey, and that is his second. A couple substitutions here for the Irish. Checking in for Sheldon. Ben Gittens. Free throw is up and good there from Silas Benny. Now there's 3 points, and it's 3-2.
Gittens, we just saw in the JV game, he's getting some run in varsity early on.
3-2, Churchill out in front. Hankins hands it off right side. He shoots it up, and it goes off the backboard, and it drops there for the Sheldon Irish. And the Irish now in front 4-3. Pass underneath, it goes to Enchekube. A pump fake, gets his man up in the air and makes the jumper from in close. Back out in front now are the Churchill Lancers, 5-4. Right side is Josh Paul. He drives base, and the up and under is good as well. Josh Paul getting on the board for the first time this year, and Sheldon in front 6-5. Left side driving. O'Neal loses the ball out of bounds, but it's off of the Irish. And it went off of Ben Gittens, the sophomore. Still 6-5, Sheldon out in front. looking to inbound the ball as Wallace Campbell finally finds Benny in the left wing. 6-5, Sheldon out in front here. Thanks for listening. Driving Benny, and the right-handed layup is off the glass and good.
Nice move with the left.
5 points now for Silas Bennion, a sophomore, getting on the board early. 7-6, Churchill in front. Right wing three-pointer attempt, and it drops. Gittins gets on the board. Sheldon right back in front, 9-7. In the paint goes to Lewis. Off of one dribble, he shoots it, but a foul was called against Hankins on the floor. No shot attempt. It did drop there for Lewis. A no shot attempt for the Lancers. It'll be on the ground. First foul, against Hankins. 4th team foul. Substitution here for Churchill as well. Checking in Dylan Carson for the Irish. Inbounding it is Wallace Campbell, gets it underneath. It goes to Bennion. The reverse is good again. 7 points for Silas Bennion, and the game's knotted up at 9. Top of the key. Hands out over in the corner to Giddings again. Takes a screen from Hankins. Drives in. Thinks about a jumper. Picks up his dribble. Now hands it off. Goes down low into Hankins. The right-handed push shot is good again. Zach Hankins, 4 points. The Irish out in front. Now a score of 11-9. Top of the key, Benny. He has 7 of the 9 Churchill points. Into the corner it goes. 3-point attempt for Akuma, and it's good. Nothing but net there for Akuma, and the Churchill Lancers in front, 12-11. Left side it goes. Paul pass, knocked away. Fight for the ball, goes out of bounds. Who's it off of? It's off the Irish. Churchill basketball. Lots of energy here after that first timeout called for by head coach Kelly Bookin. Ran it up the floor as Wallace Campbell. Right side to Bennion again. Now he dribbles to the left. Right back to Wallace Campbell. He's guarded there by Paul. Thanks for the jumper. Now drives baseline. Picks up his dribble. Has nowhere to go. Gives it to Lewis. The post back at the top of the key. Swings it around right side to Akuma the third. Down low on the post. It goes to Lewis. The right-handed shot is off the glass and in.
Since the slow start, they've been on fire.
First 2 points for Everett Lewis. Right side is Paul. Back to the top of the key. Hankins pump fakes. Now passes left side. Another 3-point attempt for the Irish. This one way off. An air ball goes right into the hands, though, of an Irish down low. But the pass is picked off up the floor. It goes to Wallace Campbell. The layup is good. Wallace Campbell, his first 2 points. A fast break hoop there for the Lancers. Timeout called for by Sheldon. 16-11.
Lots of energy on both sides.
That's a 7-0 run here for the Churchill Lancers. Thanks for listening here to Sheldon basketball. The Irish currently trail 16-11 versus the Churchill Lancers. It's been a good game so far. Currently standing out for Churchill, it's Silas Bennion, 7 points so far for the sophomore. Standing at just 5'8", but his quickness, his ability to get to the rim, really on display here in this first quarter.
Both teams are really energetic, as shown by the 4 fouls by Sheldon in the first 6 minutes. Both teams are running around, they're on fire.
For the Sheldon side, they're paced by Zach Hankins. He has 4 points. Also, Josh Paul has a couple of points for the Irish. 3 points for Ben Giddings as well, as you mentioned, played on the JV team earlier today. 2:30 left here in this first quarter. The Irish down by 5 as we get set to restart. Dribbling up the floor for the Irish. It goes to Paul left side. Now a 3-point attempt for Giddings again. Off front iron. No good. Rebound to Hankins. Running pump fake. Throws it up off the backboard. No good, but a foul called. This one goes against Dylan Carson of the Lancers. There'll be 2 free throws coming up here for Zach Hankins. His first trip to the line this year. 16-11. Churchill out in front. 2:13 left. Hankins' free throw is nothing but net. Perfect. He now has 5 points to lead the Irish. 16-12 the score here. Hankins one dribble, shoots it, and it's good again. 6 points now for Hankins. Back to a 3-point deficit, 16-13. Pass underneath, it goes to Carson. Pump fakes, and he gets Hankins in the air and finishes with a nice right hand. First 2 points for Carson. Now back to a 5-point lead, 18-13 for Churchill. Hankins drive, kicks out right side. It goes to Paul. Back to Hankins in the corner. A three-pointer. And it is off the iron. No good. Rebound to Paul underneath. Pump fakes. Passes it out. Top of the key. Left side Hankins again. Now drives after a pump fake. Up and under. It blocks. Rebound. Fights for off of Churchill. It stays Sheldon basketball. 18-13. Lancers in front. 1:48 left here in this first quarter. Pass inbounds to Hankins. Blocked as he shoots. Rebound. It goes to Isaiah Wallace-Campbell of the Lancers. Left side, three-point attempt for Akuma. He's hit one. This one rims out. Rebound. It goes to Josh Paul, the Irish. And now slow things down a bit. Right side it goes for the Sheldon Irish. Pass down low to Oren Patu, but no good. Defended there by Lewis. Rebound to Akuma. Now he slows things up here for the Lancers. 18-13 still. Churchill out in front. Benian probing, dribbles from right to left, pass underneath, stolen there by Patu. Down the floor, one man to beat, up and under, and he finishes it with the right hand.
Nice move with the Euro step.
Nice finish there from Oren Patu, his first 2 points. 18-15, three-point attempt now from Carson, and it's perfect. From the right wing, Dylan Carson, 3 more, he's got 5. And the Lancers in front, 21-15. Irish now looking to go from the right side. It's Ben Giddings, passes to Paul. In the corner, Hankins. 40 seconds left here in this first quarter. Handoff goes to Giddings, right side. Now he passes off to Josh Paul. Back to Paul, top of the key, looking to get it inside there to Patu. But he probes and it goes back around to the left side. Down to 20 seconds left here in this first quarter, 21-15. Churchill in front.
Looks like Sheldon's going to hold for the last shot here.
15 ticks left. Taking their sweet time here, down to 10. Handoff Hankins, right side, it goes back to Paul. Top of the key, Giddings, thought about a 3, now drives into 5 seconds. A floater off the iron, no good. A rebound to Wallace-Campbell. A heave from the full court, and it's short as the buzzer expires to close out the first quarter. 21-15, the end of the first quarter. The Churchill Lancers out in front. A really balanced scoring attack for Churchill. 7 points from Silas Benian, 5 points from Dylan Carson off the bench, 3 for Akuma, 2 for Wallace-Campbell, 2 again for Jonathan Nchekube, and 2 for Lewis. Overall for the Churchill team, very good offense after their poor start to the quarter offensively.
Yeah, Churchill, you mentioned that they lost 11 seniors. They look strong as ever. With Guinian, he's very quick guard, and he really impressed me in that first quarter.
On the Sheldon side, 6 points for Zach Hankins, 2 points for Josh Paul, 2 for Oren Patu, and 3 for Ben Giddings. 21-15, the Churchill Lancers out in front here at the end of the first quarter.
Very balanced attack from Sheldon's thus far. I've been impressed with Zach Hankins.
Zach Hankins, he's starting the second quarter here on the bench after playing that entire first quarter. Right side it goes to Wallace-Campbell, drives it against the defender, up and under the reverse, no good. Rebound though goes to Nchekube, and he's fouled as he goes up. Foul goes against Oren Patu there for the Irish. That'll be his second foul, and to the free throw line is Jonathan Nchekube. Seeing there, using his height and athleticism to get that rebound. The lefty's first free throw rims out. 21-15, still Churchill out in front. Nchekube's next free throw, this one is good. And it's now 22-15, Nchekube's 3rd points. Right side it goes, pass goes down low to Aiden Wagers. Picks up the dribble, that passes back out to the top of the key. To Ben Giddings. He hands it off to Bryson Seghetti. And now it goes back to Oren Patu, right side between the legs dribble. Passes to the back door, cutting Devontae Bailey. The reverse layup is up off the iron, no good. A rebound to Wallace-Campbell. 22-15, Churchill in front. Into the corner, the pass goes to Akuma, but he loses it off of his leg and out of bounds. 22-15 the score here, 7:17 left in the second quarter. Dribbling up the floor is Segedi. Now he hands it off to Ben Giddings, drives in, but a foul on the drive as the layup misses. This foul goes against Ejim Akuma III, his first. Inbounding the ball now for Southern at their own basket. It is Bryson Segedi. Pass into the corner, near side of Devontae Bailey. Now back up to the top to Segedi. Pass down low to Wagers. One dribble, spin with right hand is short, no good. Rebound out of bounds off of Sheldon. It'll be Churchill basketball. Good look down low for Wagers, cannot get it to drop. Now Churchill the other way. Wallace Campbell, right side, guarded by Segedi. Sets up the offense here for the Lancers. Right side it goes to Kalen O'Neal back in the game, the starter. Left side a three-pointer for Wallace Campbell, short. Rebound to Patu. Fast break opportunity. He has numbers up the floor. Crossover into the paint. The layup is up. No good, but a foul against O'Neal, and Patu goes to the line for two. Kalen O'Neal's first foul. And Patu heads to the line for the first time this season. 22-15 Sheldon in front. Patu's first free throw is perfect. Couple subs here for the Lancers. Checking in once again is Silas Benny, the starting point guard, after getting the beginning part of this quarter off. Second free throw for Patu. Rims out. Rebound. It goes to Dylan Carson. Now Benny in left side. Dribbles up the floor with some pace into the lane. He goes right-handed floater. No good. Rebound tipped, and it goes into the hands of Segedi. Up the floor. 3-on-2. Handoff right side. It goes to Wagers, and he finishes it with the right hand. Nice finish there for Giddings, pardon me. And up to 5 points. 22-18 the score now. Churchill still out in front. In the paint, it goes left-handed layup for Dylan Carson, and it drops. Good move there for Carson. Downloads out 7 points tonight. Cross-court pass, left side Giddings, a three-pointer in transition, and it's perfect. Then Giddings off the bench. He's got 8 points. Sheldon back within 3, 24-21. Top of the key, it goes to Benion. Now right side, pass down low to Nchekube. Crossover dribble, fades away, the jumper off the front iron, no good. Sheldon moving the other way. Up the floor, Giddings. Now passes to Patu, top of the key. A three-pointer from straight on is no good. Too strong. Rebound once again goes to Dylan Carson. Now left side, Benion. Pass down low to Nchekube, knocked away by Wagers. Good hustle to knock that ball away by the Sheldon Irish. Still 24-21, the Churchill Lancers in front. Checking in now for Sheldon. Zach Hankins back into the game, and a lot of subs here for Churchill. Everett Lewis checks in. Isaiah Wallace Campbell, along with Tyler Brothers for the first time today. Inbounding it is Wallace Campbell. Pass goes to Benny in top of the key. He's guarded by Bryson Segedi. Back to Benny in left wing, a three-pointer, and it is short. Rebound fought for, tipped around, and it goes to the Lancers. Underneath, Wallace Campbell has and dribbles it back out. 5 minutes left, 24-21, a three-pointer, right side, Bennion, and it rattles in. Bennion, the first in double digits for either side. He's got 10, and the Lancers in front, 27-21. Right side now is Bailey, a jumper from the elbow, and it's good. His first 2 points as a member of the Irish. And Sheldon back down once again by 4. Bennion, left wing, dribbles on the screen, hands it off to Wallace Campbell. Now Campbell, top of the key, a three-pointer from straight on. Short, rebound tipped, back to Wallace Campbell underneath, throws it out to the outside. Bennion pump fakes, now drives in, passes underneath, the ball's knocked away, but it goes back to O'Neal for the Lancers. Sizes up his defender, loses his dribble, and he passes it to Bennion. He now drives into the paint, passes it to Lewis, back to Bennion, under the lane, and his floater is blocked, but he's fouled. And he'll get to the line for 2 more. Silas Bennion has been everywhere so far in this first half. 4:22 left in the second quarter. A 4-point lead for Churchill. Bennion 10 points so far. His first free throw is perfect. He's up to 11. Leading all scorers. The next highest is Dylan Carson with 7 for Churchill. Sub here for Sheldon, checking in for Bryson Seghetti, is Dominic McGarvey. 28-23, Churchill out in front. Bennion, his second free throw is perfect as well. He's got 12 points. The Churchill Lancers in front by 6. Pass right side, it goes to Giddings. Pass down low to McGovern. A pump fake. His fading jumper is no good. Rebound goes to Brothers. Up the floor, Bennion looking for a runner. Pass down to Lewis. The reverse layup short. No good. Rebound tipped around. A foul called on the rebound. This goes against Sheldon.
Beautiful look there by Bennion. Just couldn't finish.
You've seen him with the points with 12 of them, but a nice look there to get the ball down low to Lewis. Now at the free throw line is Tyler Brothers. 1-1 free throw is off, no good. Rebound fought for, taken by the Irish, and a foul called against the Lancers. This one goes against Kalen O'Neill. So it'll be Sheldon basketball from underneath the Churchill basket. They're down by 6, 29-23. 4:04 left here in this first half. Bailey right side drives in. Fades away, throws up a wild shot. It's no good. Does not even hit iron. Rebound pulled down there by Lewis. Now he dribbles the right side, passes over to Wallace Campbell. Jump stop, pump fakes, drives in, kicks it back to Bennion. Thought about a three, now drives into the paint, throws up a wild shot, and a foul called. No, a travel against Bennion on the floor. He got bodied there by Hankins, but the travel is the call. Turnover there for Churchill. Sheldon basketball, they're down by 6. 3:40 and counting left here in the first half. Right side it goes to Giddings. Passes it down low to McGovern. The layup is off. Good contest there by the Lancers. Right wing now, Kalen O'Neill, guarded by Hankins. Crossover, step back, three-pointer. It's off the iron. No good. A rebound to Lewis. One dribble, pump fake, passes it back out. O'Neill drives in, now comes back out. Picks up his dribble, passes left side to Wallace Campbell. 6-point lead still for the Lancers. Right wing three-pointer. O'Neill again. 2 strong rebounds to McGovern. Pass it before taken away by Bennion. A bad pass there by McGovern. And the Lancers moving back the other way. Bennion left side drives in. Pass it to Lewis. Free throw line jumper off the right iron. No good. Fought for on the rebound. And it's tipped out of bounds. Who's it off of? It goes off of McGovern and the Irish. It stays Churchill basketball. Low scoring quarter here after a 21-point quarter for Churchill. They have 8 points in 7 minutes. Checking in is E.J. Makuma III. He replaces Kalen O'Neill. Makuma III probes, now passes left side to Bennion. A screen from Lewis. Bennion thought about a three, now drives in against Bailey. Picks up his dribble, hands it off to Wallace Campbell. He drives in, almost falls down, gives it back to Lewis. Kicks out left side to Bennion in the lane. He goes up and under, no foul. Picks up his own miss, goes out of bounds off Sheldon, and it stays Churchill basketball. Bennion looking for the foul there. None called by this officiating crew. Good defense by Sheldon down low, but it stays Lancer basketball. Inbounding this one is Isaiah Wallace Campbell, the sophomore. 2 points so far today. Done a good job defensively. This ball is inbound. I know we have a foul called on the inbound. And this one goes against the Irish. It's Dominic McGarvey, his second. And it means free throws coming up here for Churchill. It's the 9th team foul against the Irish. Bennion's first free throw of a 1-1 is no good. Rebound tipped around and it goes out of bounds off of Sheldon once again. It's a possession that will never end. Still Churchill basketball on the right side of the floor. Inbounding it is Bennion. In front of the Sheldon student section. The pass goes over the backcourt. Taken by Wallace Campbell. Takes the screen from Lewis. Drives left side. Steps back to Lewis. Pump fakes. Drives into the paint against McGovern. Double team comes. Picks up a dribble. Passes it back out to Bennion. Taken away there by Bailey. Up the floor he goes. A 2-on-1. Reverse layup is no good. A rebound to Hankins. Cannot get the putback. Picks it up again. And there's a fight under the board for the basketball. We have a foul called against Churchill. A nearly acrobatic reverse layup there by Devontae Bailey. The putback no good by Hankins, but a good second effort. Gets the ball back and he earns a free throw, at least one on the 1-on-1. Couple of substitutions checking in. Jonathan Nchekube along with Dylan Carson. They replace Everett Lewis along with Tyler Brothers for the Lancers. So Hankins a 1-1. He's currently talking with our official Robert Spalding whether or not that was a shooting foul, but just a 1-1 here. Hankins' first free throw is perfect. Will earn a second. Hankins leading the way for Sheldon. That was his 7th point. And it's now a 29-24 Sheldon deficit. 2:10 left here in the first half. Hankins' second free throw rattles home. He's got 8. Sheldon now down by 4, 29-25. Right side, Wallace Campbell guarded by Paul. Passes in on a bounce to Benny, drives against Bailey into the paint. He goes reverse, no pass underneath to Wallace Campbell on the cut, and he finishes with the right hands. 2 more for Wallace Campbell. Right side, Bailey. The ball stripped though from behind by Wallace Campbell. A 2-on-1. Pump fake and a finish. No, it drims out for Wallace Campbell. The layup. Rebound to Nchekube. His jumper from 15. No good. A rebound goes to Paul. And he'll slow things down here for the Sheldon offense. Left side it goes now to Aiden Wagers. Back to Hankins as the Irish slow down their offense here. Right side, Paul. Thought about a 3. Now drives into the lane. Floater off the right hand is no good. A rebound goes to McGovern, and he finishes on the putback with the right hand. 27-31 the score here. Still a 4-point deficit for Sheldon. Top of the key, Wallace Campbell. Passes to Benny in left wing. Now he drives to the right side against Devontae Bailey, and he's calling for a foul. Bailey a bit too close there on that defense out there on the perimeter. For Bailey, that's his 3rd foul. He will likely be substituted for here after this first free throw. It's 2 shots now. That's the 10th team foul against the Irish. Bennian's first free throw was perfect. He's now got 13 points. McGovern and Bailey check out. Segedi comes in along with Thorin Patu for the Irish. Second free throw coming up here for Bennian, and it's good. He's got 14 points here in this first half, 33-27. Lancers in front. Top of the key, it's Segedi. Passes it left wing to Oren Potts, down to the corner to Hankins. Passes down low to Wagers, into the corner. Segedi again now swings back to the top of the key. Paul Hankins, left side, a deep 2, and it's good there from Hankins. He's in a double digits with 10. Pass down the floor, a football-style throw, but it goes out of bounds over the head of Wallace Campbell, who runs out of the gym, in fact, through the doors. Sheldon basketball for the turnover there by the Irish, or by the Lancers, pardon me. 40 seconds left here in this first half. 33-29, Churchill in front. Segedi right side, picks up his dribble, pass it to Wagers, top of the key. Now back to Segedi right side. Down to 25 seconds left. We might see Sheldon take the rest of this clock here in this half. Segedi, right side, hands it off to Paul. Back to Pontu, now top of the key. Down to 15 ticks left. Hands it off to Segedi. Getting the call from head coach Daniel Clark in his 5th year with the Irish. Segedi, top of the key, dribbles left with 5 ticks left. Right side, Hankins, pump fakes, drives in, free throw line, fading, jumper is good at the buzzer.
What a player Hankins is.
And that does it here for the first half. Zach Hankins added on to his team high, leading 12 points. And at the end of the first half, 33-31, our score. So after a 21-15 edge in the first quarter for the Churchill Lancers, Sheldon, they come out and they win this second quarter by a score of 16-12. And they're down by just 2 here at the half. Leading scorer for the game overall, it is Churchill. Silas Benny, the sophomore, has 14 points. Other than that, Dylan Carson with 7. Jonathan Nchekube, 3. 4 points for Isaiah Wallace-Campbell and 3 for Ejim Okuma III. And for the Sheldons that I mentioned, Zach Hankins, he's got 12. He's been very good in this first half. 8 points for Ben Giddings. 3 points as well for Oren Patu. 2 for McGarvey, Paul, Bailey, and Segedi for the Sheldon offense. At the half, 33-31. Lancers in front. We'll take a break. Be back after this. You hear from Tyler Casson back in our KWV studio. There's Sports Update. For now, take a break. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Sheldon Basketball right here on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM. Go with Nick Assam from Springfield. He also was a first-team All-State player, also second-team state player, Spencer Hoffman, and a couple of other honorable mention players in the state level as well. So this was a Churchill team that was loaded a season ago, and looks like they're back here playing well again under a lot of new faces. There's still, though, the one constant, the head coach Kelly Bookin, who consistently puts good teams out there on the floor. This is now his 10th season. An average year in the first 9 for Bookin with Churchill. About 20 wins and about 8 losses. That is dang good for Kelly Bookin and his Churchill team. For Sheldon, though, they're looking to get where Churchill has been. This Churchill team, they've made it to the state title game 3 times the last 5 years. Unfortunately for them, they've lost all 3 of those times. But Sheldon, they got to the state title game back in the first year with head coach Daniel Clark, 2013-2014. They went 22-7 and lost in the title. Since then, the closest they've gotten is a 4th place finish with Justin Herbert playing on this team. Since then, though, they've had a first-round loss last year, looking to get back to that level where they have been in the past.
Speaking of Justin Herbert, I haven't seen Patrick Herbert in yet.
We haven't seen him play at all.
Returning, he was a honorable mention Southwest Conference player last year, and I wonder if he's injured.
As you say that, he's checked into the game.
He's
checked
checked
this
in.
Second half. Setting the lineups here for both sides. First for Sheldon, Dominic McGarvey, Patrick Herbert, Devontae Bailey, Zach Hankins, along with Josh Paul. You're the Lancers here in a moment when you have a second half underway. Top of the key, Bailey, guarded by Isaiah Wallace-Campbell. Dribbles to left, passes to Herbert on the left elbow, passes back to Bailey. His jumper is off, but it goes to Hankins underneath, goes up and under, cannot get the shot to go. Rebound, it goes for the Churchill Lancers to Nchekube. Pass down to Everett Lewis. Pump fake, no good. A rebound goes to Patrick Herbert as he spins and tugs that one away from Lewis. Up the court now, Devontae Bailey, right side, hands it off to Josh Paul. Now out of the right side goes to McGovern, drives into the paint. Now hands it off. Bailey pump fakes, drives in the paint, a floater off the side of the backboard. Rebound to Lewis, pass underneath, it goes to Herbert, but it's stolen away there by Bennion. Good hands there from the sophomore. Up the floor, left side it goes. Wallace-Campbell in the corner, thinks about a jumper, but now dribbles back up to the top of the keys, guarded by Josh Paul. Still 33-31 the score. Left side, the pass goes to O'Neal, and we have a foul on the pass. It goes against Sheldon, and this one goes to Zach Hankins, his second personal. Third quarter just underway here at Sheldon High School. Score 33-31, 6:54 left in this third quarter. Inbound goes to Bennion, left wing, and we have a foul called against Nchekube. Away from the ball, they're calling him fouled against, or you used the foul to get against Dominic McGarvey. He pushed him out of the way. For Nchekube, his second foul. Right side, it goes to Paul, to the elbow. McGarvey, a screen. Back to Herbert, top of the key. Thought about a 3, but now hands it off to Zach Hankins. Drives right side, basket to Herbert, but it's taken away by Kalen O'Neal. Another turnover for the Irish. O'Neal up the key he goes. In transition, the 3-pointer off the right side of the rim. Rebound. It goes to Bailey, but pushing underneath the basket. And a foul called against Patrick Herbert, his first. He kind of threw Nchekube back towards the padding behind the basket. And it will be Lancer basketball as they inbound from underneath their own basket. One of our officials, Robert Spalding, chatting with Herbert and Nchekube. He didn't like the physicalness of that foul. Wallace-Campbell the inbound, throws it up the key, but it's taken away by the Irish. Bailey got a hand on it, and Paul took it away. Now Bailey to the top of the key he goes. Hands it off to Paul, right side. No score here in this third quarter so far. Paul, the ball stripped away from Bennion. Up the floor he goes. He has some numbers. Quickly up to the floor. The layup in transition is good. He finishes over Paul. 2 more for Benny, and he has 16. Pass the floor to Herbert. In low. His shot is up and good off the back of the iron, and it drops. 2 points for Patrick Herbert. Back to a 2-point deficit, 33-35 Churchill. Right side. It goes to Kalen O'Neal. Passes to Lewis. Thought about a jumper. Now passes it back to O'Neal. A deep 3-pointer right wing off the iron. No good. A rebound to Paul. And he feeds the right side. Bailey on his way. Crossover dribble, but he's calling for a carry. Devontae Bailey trying to get ahead of steam, going down low, but he carries the ball. Another turnover on Sheldon, their 3rd this half. And it'll be Lancer basketball. Bringing this one across half court, Isaiah Wallace-Campbell, the sophomore. Guarded closely by Bailey, now right side it goes to Ejim Akuma III. Top of the key, dribbles, hands off right side, pump fake Benny in, a step back, now dribbles in, the floater off the iron, and it drops again. He's got 18 points. 37-33, Lancers in front. Churchill now defending. Sheldon in the corner is Paul. A screen there from Herbert. Hankins, pump fake from the 3, now drives in, passes to McGovern. Thought about a 3 as well. Drives to the baseline. A wild layup, no good, but a foul called underneath. This one goes against Nchekube. And there'll be 2 shots coming up here for McGovern. The big man showing off the agility there, dancing on the sideline. His 3rd personal on Nchekube. 37-33, Churchill out in front. First free throw from McGovern off back iron and no good. Nchekube's 3rd foul. He will check out. Coming in to replace him is Dylan Carson for the Lancers. 37-33, 2nd free throw coming up here for McGovern. And it's off the iron again. No good. A rebound to Everett Lewis. Left wing goes Wallace-Campbell. Takes a screen from Lewis. Thought about a 3. A jumper from inside the line. It's off the iron. No good. Rebound tipped. Goes to Lewis. Underneath the basket. Blocked. Rebound to Patrick Herbert. Good physical rebound there by Herbert on the Irish defense. Pass right side to Bailey. The ball stripped. Knocked away. Goes into the hands of Akuma. Up the floor he goes. Into the paint corner it goes. 3-point attempt. Blocked there by McGovern. The rebound, though, into the hands of Bailey, but he's out of bounds. 3-point attempt there from Wallace-Campbell, blocked by McGovern. Rebound out of bounds, though, off the Irish. Inbounding is Campbell. Left side, Akuma drives baseline. He's sent away, but he's fouled as he throws up a wild layup attempt. It'll be 2 free throws here for Akuma. The foul goes against Zach Hankins. That'll be his 3rd as well. Still 37-33 the score. The Lancers in front, 4:26 left in the 3rd quarter. Akuma's first free throw is nothing but net. He's got 4 tonight. 38-33 the score now in favor of Churchill. Akuma's 2nd free throw good as well, 39-33. Up the floor quickly now for the Irish. Devontae Bailey hands it off to Hankins, or on the right wing. A screen from McGovern. Top of the key, Herbert. Looking to get down low, but he swings out to the left side to Bailey. Thought about a 3, now drives into the paint underneath the right hand. He gets it knocked away, taken by Benyon. Up the floor he goes, quickly looking for a passer. Into the corner. Wallace-Campbell, a jumper from inside the line. It's short. Rebound goes to Lewis. Passes it out into the corner. A jumper again, this time for Carson. Off the iron, a rebound goes to Herbert. And Sheldon goes the other way. Hankins up the floor quickly. It goes to McGovern. Underneath, one move. And there's a jump ball. Good tie up there by Dylan Carson. Possession arrow points the way of the Lancers. So the ball quickly down low to McGovern, but taken away by Churchill. 39-33, Sheldon without a point here in this 2nd half. Pass goes into the corner for the Lancers. Now back to the top of the key, Isaiah Wallace-Campbell. A screen there from Carson. Now a screen from Lewis. Into the corner, Benny, pump fakes 3. Drives baseline, knocked away out of bounds. And it goes off of Sheldon. Good hands there by Josh Paul of the Irish. Paul, 6'4", wing, sophomore. Playing a good game so far. Wallace-Campbell's inbound goes over the top of everyone to Akuma. Akuma now guarded by Hankins. Passes to the top of the key to Benny, who's been the star of this game. Back to Akuma in the corner, drives into the paint. Behind the back pass, knocked away, goes to Lewis, passes it back up Bennion. A three-pointer from the left wing, it's off to the right, no good. A rebound again to Herbert. He's been swallowing those boards so far here this second half. Left side is Devontae Bailey. Getting the play call from his head coach, Daniel Clark, in his 5th season at the helm of the Irish. Bailey passes to McGovern, left wing. He's looking to pass, he dribbles off of the leg of Lewis. It goes out of bounds off McGovern. Another turnover for the Irish, and McGovern will be substituted for. Checking in for him is Oren Patu. But turnover is certainly a story here in this third quarter for Sheldon. (39-33), still a Churchill lead here. 2:45 left in this third quarter. Right side, Bennion drives against Paul. The layup is no good, but he's fouled and he's sent to the deck.
Sheldon playing real physical in the second half with Patrick Herbert and Zach Hankins.
And that foul, it goes that time against Devontae Bailey for the Irish. They're still in the game. The free throw for Bennion is perfect once again. Silas Bennion, 19 points, nearly half of the points for this Churchill team. Bailey now checks out, and coming in for him for the first time tonight, Jaron Banks, the senior guard, standing at 5'11". Bennion's free throw is good again. He's got 20. How good has he been tonight? Right side, the pass goes to Paul, drives baseline, now sits back in the corner, passes down low to Herbert, double comes. Now they retreat, fading, spinning shot from Herbert, and it finds the bottom of the net. 2 more for Patrick Herbert. He's got 4 this half. 41-35, Churchill in front. Top of the key, Ejim Akuma for the Lancers. He drives right side, now back to left, hands it off to Bennion, top of the key. 6-point lead for the Lancers, 2 minutes left in this third quarter. On the right wing, Kalen O'Neal passes down low to Tyler Brothers. Now back to O'Neal, top of the key, nearing the half-court line. Bennion left side, drives against Paul, into the paint, met by a couple defenders, and a charge called. Patrick Herbert draws it. And there's a rare mistake for Silas Bennion, who's been nearly perfect in this game. His first foul, drawn on the charge there by Patrick Herbert. Patrick Herbert, very good minutes here this second half, playing the entire third quarter. Bringing the ball up the floor is Jaron Banks. Right side it goes to Paul, looking for a passer, down low to Herbert. A mismatch, and he's fouled on the pass. A blocking call goes against Ejim Akuma. Herbert came off the ground to make that catch, landed on top of Akuma, who slid underneath him as he was in the air, so the blocking foul called against Akuma, his second. It'll be Sheldon basketball underneath their own basket. Pass inbounded to Herbert, leaping for it. Shot is blocked, but a foul called. Dylan Carson got Herbert on the arm, and there'll be 2 free throws coming up for the Sheldon Post. Sheldon, the game really turning here a bit here with Herbert in. He's done a good job defensively and on the offensive side. His first free throw is too strong, off the rim, no good as it bounces to the left. Score still 41-35. Herbert's second free throw. This one is perfect. He's now got 5 points, all coming here in this second half. 36-41, and a timeout called for by Churchill. Head coach Kelly Bookin wants to talk things over. Sheldon, I think the key is continue to play through Herbert. They get some offense down low with him. He's just simply bigger, stronger than anyone else they can put against him. That has to be the strategy here for the Sheldon offense.
Yeah, I don't know where Herbert was in the first half, but he's been the best player on the court for Sheldon, and they're just going to continue to work through him.
He's been very good so far here in this second half. I mentioned all 5 of his points coming here in this quarter. He has all 5 points for Sheldon in this half in total. Sheldon, they had 31 points at halftime. They have 5 points this quarter, all of them with Patrick Herbert. On the other side for Churchill, they're just riding the play of Silas Bennion, who has been oh so good here in this game. Entirely, he has 20 points. And he hasn't missed very many shots. Only 1 foul on his Side is playing very tough defense as well. Guarding against some of the guards of the Sheldon team. You look at the numbers for Devontae Bailey, only 2 points. He's been guarded by Bennion, who has a size disadvantage against Bailey, but he's still doing a good job against him as well. Both teams back out onto the floor. Inbounding it is Akuma for the Lance, who gets it in. He gets it right back near the Churchill bench, far sideline. Behind the back dribble. He passes on to the left side of Bennion, guarded this time by Paul, who has the length against Bennion. Foul called away from the ball. It's an offensive foul. It goes against Tyler Brothers down low, guarded there by guess who? Patrick Herbert. And it's Sheldon basketball. Banks brings this one across half court for Sheldon. 41-36, a minute 20 left in this third quarter. Pass to Pontu, right elbow. Looking to pass down low to Herbert, and he never has control of the ball. Lost, taken away by the Lancers. Right wing goes O'Neal. Passes to Akuma, left wing Bennion, a wide open three-pointer, and it rims in. Silas Bennion, 23 points, and the Lancers back out in front by 8, 44-36. But now we have a whistle as the scoreboard loses power here at Sheldon High School. Both scoreboards, one on the right, one on the left, lost power all of a sudden. The score is 44-36. That latest three-pointer by Silas Bennion. He now has 23 points. We'll resume once the scoreboards get power once again, but can't say much more about Bennion. He has been phenomenal here in this one.
Bennion's doing it all for the Lancers. He's shooting, he's driving. He's not afraid to take it in against Herbert and Hankins and get fouled. And that explains his 23 points.
He has been very good tonight, and maybe a little bit more of a stoppage than we previously thought with the scoreboards. Currently still working to get them plugged back in and operational. It's 44-36. The Lancers in front here. Somewhere around a minute left in this third quarter. And now we do get it back on. A minute 23 left as you hear the buzzer. 1 minute 23 seconds left here in this third quarter. And it's a 8-point lead. There we go, as the score is updated now, 44-36. Sheldon basketball, side out, inbounding it is Oren Patu. Sends this one in to Jaron Banks. He has a top of the key, a screen there from Herbert. Drives to left. Now takes it back out to Patu, top of the key. Right wing it goes to jab step. A three-pointer, right wing, a tough shot, and it drops. Perfect shot there from Josh Paul. And the Irish get 3 points right back, now down by 5. Left wing, Kalen O'Neal. Guarded now by Ben Giddings. Pass down low to Wallace Campbell. Back up top, though, to O'Neal. Slaps the ball with his left hand. Now crossover between the legs. Hands it off to Bennion, right side. Drives into the paint. Kicks out left side. Back to Bennion. Another three-pointer from the same spot. Rims out, rebounds. It goes to the Irish. The ball knocked around. Taken, though, by Sheldon. Potts with the floor on the feed there from Jaron Banks in the lane. Pass down low to Herbert. Up and under. Finishes with the right hand. 2 more for Herbert. He's got 7. And it's now a 3-point lead for the Churchill Lancers. 25 ticks left here in this third quarter. 44-41, Churchill in front. Wallace Campbell taking time off the clock. 15 seconds left in this third. A big possession for both sides. Right side, Wallace Campbell, still guarded by Banks. Right wing, Bennion, jab set. Then the 5 ticks left. Into the paint he goes. Pass underneath to Brothers. Throws it up, no good, but a foul called. And he'll get 2 shots. 2.5 ticks left here in this third quarter.
Everything Churchill's doing is through Bennion. He's dishing dimes. He's taking good shots. It's just everything's through him.
At the line is Brothers. His free throw is well short off front iron. No good. But you mentioned it. That foul leads free throw set up, though, by the play of Bennion. 2.5 seconds left. Here's the second free throw from Brothers. And this one is good. His first points of this season. Inbound. He goes to Banks. A half-court heave. And it is well short off to the left. No good. And at the end of the third quarter, 45 points for Churchill. 41 for the Irish. A 4-point difference, I think, for Sheldon. I'll take it here in this quarter. They're still within striking distance, and I think The whole game shifted with Herbert into the game, but they're going to have to find a way to stop the offense of Benyon in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, for Sheldon, they're just driving and dishing to Patrick Herbert, and Herbert's just bigger and stronger than everyone else.
After the 21-point first quarter for Churchill, 12 in the second and 12 in the third for Sheldon. They scored 15 in the first, 16 in the second, and only 10 points there in the third quarter. They're outscored by 2 overall. They're down by 4, 45-41, as we get set for quarter number 4. Setting the floor for the Lancers, Silas Benyon. He's joined by Isaiah Wallace-Campbell, Kalen O'Neill, along with Everett Lewis and Jonathan Nchekube, the 5 starters. And for the Irish, a couple of new faces, Oren Patu, Jaron Banks, Ben Giddings, Zach Hankins, along with Udamaggio. Pass is inbounded to Jaron Banks. The fourth quarter underway here at Sheldon. The Irish down by 4. Right side it goes, into the corner to Udamaggio. At the free throw line, passes it out to Giddings. He drives in, kicks out left side to Jaron Banks. Out of a 3 now, drives into the paint. Crossover dribble, knocked away. Up the floor goes, knocked away again. Still in the hands of the Lance. The jumper there from O'Neill is short. Taken by Maggio. Up the floor he goes. Passes to Giddings. Left side, he drives into the paint. Underneath to Patu. The ball knocked away. Taken by Benyon. Pass the floor it goes to Wallace-Campbell. The right-handed layup is good. And the first 2 points of the quarter belong to the Lancers. Wallace-Campbell now 6 points here in this one. A 6-point lead, 47-41. A 3-point attempt there from Maggio. Off the iron, no good rebound. And it goes to Silas Benyon. 7 minutes left in regulation. Benyon, thought about a 3, drives in, and he's fouled on the drive. Benyon there going against Jaron Banks. Benyon 5'8", Banks 5'11", but opposite body types. Pass inbounded here for the Lancers. It goes to Benyon. Now back to the top of the key to Kalen O'Neill. Guarded now by Udamaggio for the Irish. Pass on Lewis, a free throw line jumper, strong. Rebound to Patu. Hands it off now to Sheldon Irish. Goes left side to Zach Hankins. Thought about a 3, back top of the key. A 3-point attempt here for Jaron Banks. Off the iron, no good. A rebound goes to Nchekube. No points here this quarter for Sheldon. A minute and a half in. 47-41 still. Lancers lead. Benyon probing. Left side, guarded still by Banks. Now goes O'Neill, drives into the paint. Layup is up and good, and the foul. He finishes with a right hand, moving from right to left, and it drops and one. That foul against Udamaggio, and it's back to an 8-point lead for the Lancers. Now checking back in for Sheldon is Patrick Herbert replacing Oren Patu. Now timeout called, full timeout called for Daniel Clark. On a move that was down the lane by Kalen O'Neill. His first 2 points of this one. But all the attention still going to Silas Benyon. And that opens things up for other players such as Kalen O'Neill. And I think for Sheldon, they tried to get Herbert a breather to begin this fourth quarter, but all of a sudden they found themselves down by 8 after it was only a 4-point difference after 3 quarters.
Herbert just does so much for them. You saw in that last play, they got an and one. They didn't have the rim protection and size of Herbert. And on offense, they're lacking creativity because they don't have anyone to penetrate and dish the ball to in the post.
Yeah, they don't have a consistent offensive threat from the outside either. They're struggling to shoot the ball from deep as well. They have hit 2 3-pointers here. 3 in this one. One made by Josh Paul and a couple made by Ben Giddings. All those, though, coming a while ago. 2 of them in the first half, early in that first half by Giddings, and one from Paul late in the third quarter. 8-point lead for the Lancers. One more free throw coming here for Keelan O'Neill. Has had the end one. 49-41, 6:20 left. O'Neill's free throw is short. Rebound. It goes to Jaron Banks. Right side to Udamaggio. Now back to the top of the key to Zach Hankins. Looking for a passer. He goes to the right side. Back to Jaron Banks. Sheldon needs some points here on this possession. Hand off Maggio. A screen from Herbert. Left wing. Hankins drives baseline. Caught by the double team, and he is going to be called for a travel. The double team came. He traveled, moved that pivot foot. Turnover for Sheldon. Churchill basketball.
Zach Hankins has really been struggling this half after a strong first half.
He has 12 points overall, but you're right, most of those coming in that first half. Top of the key, it goes to Wallace Campbell. Picks up his dribble, gets it right back though from Lewis. Left side pump fakes, now steps back. Bennion thought about a three, but he's calling for a travel in zone right. So back-to-back travels, one for either side, and it's back to the Sheldon side. Hankins inbounds to Jaron Banks, guarded closely by Isaiah Wallace Campbell. 5:35 left. Into the corner it goes to getting 2 threes. Looking for another one. It's off the iron. No good. A rebound tipped goes to the Irish. 3-point attempt in the corner for Hankins. No good. A rebound goes to the big man Everett Lewis. Up the floor goes Wallace Campbell. Left side driving is O'Neal, and he hands it off to Nchikube, who finishes from inside of the paint. 2 more points for the Lancers. They're now up by 10, 51-41. Left wing, Udamaggio. He drives in, picks up his dribble, and finds Giddings top of the key. Sheldon, they desperately need some points here as the ball thrown away somehow finds Jaron Banks on the right wing. Pass down low to Herbert, knocked away by Nchikube. The ball fought for, taken by Sheldon. Down low to Herbert, and he is blocked, but a foul call. Coming from the weak side was Wallace Campbell. We swatted that ball back to the hardwood, but a foul elsewhere down low. It'll be 2 shots for Patrick Herbert, pardon me.
Patrick Herbert, they really want to work Patrick Herbert in the game, but on that play, he had 4 players around him. They're really Churchill's really focusing on Herbert.
And that foul goes against the big man Everett Lewis here for the Lancers. His first. 2 free throws for Herbert. His first is good. He now has 8 points, all of them in this second half. Sheldon has 11 points this second half. 8 of them from Herbert. 51-42 our score. Second free throw from Herbert is good as well. He's got 9. Second on the team behind Zach Hankins is 12. 51-43, 4:40 left here in this fourth quarter. Wallace Campbell looking for a lane to pass. He passes down low now to the corner. Bennion thought about a 3. He now resets the offense. Back to the top of the key, guarded by the Irish closely. Right side it goes to O'Neal. Back out of the 3-point line. A 3-pointer is ramming out. Rebound to Herbert again. A big rebound there from the Sheldon big man. Hankins, right side, it goes into the corner. Maggio, back to Hankins, into the corner, swing Paul, wide open 3-pointer, and it is too strong, no good. A rebound, Bennion. A big board there from the sophomore. 4 minutes left. The Irish down by 8. Pass to Lewis, down low. Double team comes, he dribbles out to the perimeter. Back to O'Neal. Guarded now by Maggio on the top of the key. Between the legs, passes right side. Isaiah Campbell in the lane. Spin move, passes to Lewis, and a foul called in the paint. And it'll be against Churchill. How'd you call a 3 in this key? Pardon me, against Lewis. So no foul, just a turnover on Churchill. And a Sheldon basketball. They're down by 8, 3:45 left. Big possession here for the Irish. Pass into the corner to Udamaggio. A screen from Herbert. Maggio wide open, passes it to Herbert on the right block. Backing on the defender, spin move, throws it up as he's falling to the ground. No good, no foul called. Rebound to Nchikube. And now Bennion slows things down here for Churchill. 3:20 left in this fourth quarter. O'Neal, top of the key, drives, left side, shove off, and he's calling for an offensive foul. He used the arm bar to ward off Udamaggio. An offensive foul for O'Neal, that's his third, and it'll be Sheldon basketball here. Substitution checking in for Jaron Banks is Bryson Seghetti for the Irish. He has it on the inbound from Zach Hankins. 51-43, Churchill leads. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hankins right side hands it off to Maggio. Now left side it goes to Paul into the paint. Back to the corner, out of the hands of Hankins and out of bounds.
Sheldon's just been really struggling to flow on offense this whole second half.
Sheldon, they had 31 points at halftime, only 12 points here the second half. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Right side, Wallace Campbell stripped. No, he picks it back up, and we have a foul called. Oh, actually a timeout called for by Kelly Bookin. It was a good overplay there for the Irish by Paul, but timeout called for by Bookin to avoid that turnover. 2:52 left, 51-43, and this is where in Oregon high school basketball, no shot clock. The Churchill Lancers can just take a lot of time off the clock each possession to make it very difficult for Sheldon to have enough opportunities to even score 8 more points in this game.
Yeah, and Sheldon's been struggling to shoot. They've just been dependent on Herbert, and their shooters have gone away the second half.
Yeah, Sheldon, they haven't been able to get a lot going. Anything other than Herbert in this second half has been a nice addition for the Irish, but it hasn't been a lot. Herbert, he has 9 points, all of them here in this second half. He did not play at all in the first half. Sheldon only have 12 points total in this half, so only 3 points coming from someone not named Herbert in this half. One of them Oren Popsu, and 2 of them Zach Hinkins. Other than that, nothing for Sheldon offensively in this half.
Yeah, you saw Zach Hankins at the end of the first half with that nice buzzer beater, and he was hitting a lot of nice shots in the first half, and he's gone away the second half. And they've been struggling on offense.
A lot of times not even getting a shot off. Some turnovers as well for Sheldon in this third and fourth quarter. Pass inbounded now for the Lancers to Bennion. Brings it across half court, 2:40 left. Pass goes right side to Okuma. Sheldon playing pressure defense. And the pass back to Okuma now on the right wing. Sheldon trying to force a turnover here. They know that the Lancers can take some time off the clock. Down to 2.5 left. Pass back up to the top of the key now, right side to Okuma. The Lancers playing keep away. The pass knocked away though, taken away by the Irish. Up the floor goes Seghetti. The right wing, Maggio pump fakes on the 3, drives into the paint, throws up a wild shot. The foul called, no good. They get to the line for 2 shots. Foul goes against Bennion.
Nice use of the trap there for Sheldon on defense, but got to hit these free throws to get back in the game.
Sheldon, they missed their fair share of free throws as well here in this one. 51-43, the Lancers out in front. 2:22 left in regulation. First free throw for Maggio is straight through. His first point of the 2017-2018 season. Now a 7-point deficit, 51-44. Second free throw for Maggio is straight through once again. Back to a 6-point lead for the Lancers. Manning up the floor, he hands it off to Wallace Campbell. Sheldon trapping again, the pass down low to Lewis. Now he goes into the corner, back up top though, quickly to Bennion. Right side of Kuma, Sheldon double him again in the corner, dribbles away from it though, back to Bennion. Drives in, now reverses, back near half court, taking time off the clock. Pass goes down low to Nchikube, a jumper from 15 feet out is perfect. The lefty, a big jumper there for Churchill. He's now got 7, and it's back to an 8-point lead, 53-45. Up top of the key, Seghetti drives into the corner. He passes it to Maggio. Now to Hankins. A 3-pointer from the left wing, and it's off the iron. No good. A rebound taken by Lewis. Bennion slows things up here for the Lancers. They lead by 8. A minute and a half left. This game nearly about over. Pass goes into the corner for Wallace Campbell. Now back to Bennion. Taking time off. Nchikube in the corner, and he's passed away, but he's fouled there on the pass. Looking for Lewis. The ball was tipped, but so was his arm. That foul goes against Zach Hankins. It's his 4th. It'll be a 1-on-1 situation here for the Lancers. That's the 8th team foul against Sheldon. So Nchikube at the free throw line here for the Lancers. The lefty's first free throw is off and no good. The rebound, though, tipped up and in by Wallace Campbell. A 10-point lead, 55-45. Minute 10 left in the fourth quarter. Left wing, Maggio. A screen from Hankins. A jumper from the elbow, and it is straight through again. Uda Maggio, 4 points all here in this quarter. And a timeout called for by the Irish. This one 30 seconds in length. Sheldon back down by 8, but likely too little to wait. A minute, 5 seconds left here in regulation.
Yeah, Churchill's just going to run down the clock here, and Sheldon's going to do all they can on defense, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, especially with the lack of offense they've been showing.
Good look here for Uda Maggio in the Sheldon offense. 4 points in quick order. 2 from the line and 2 on the jumper. Those were his only points here in this one. Did not play in the first half either. Churchill basketball as they inbound, facing a press here from the Irish. And in the game now, Willie Taggart Jr., who also played on the JV team for Sheldon. The pass, though, gets across half court. It goes right side to O'Neal. Now back to the top of the key to Bennion. Bennion has it back to the top of the key, looking to avoid the pressure and take off some time. 50 seconds left. O'Neal and him play keep away. The ball kicked away, though, by Willie Taggart Jr. And it goes out of bounds off of him. It'll stay Lancer basketball. But we saw Taggart Jr. in that the JV game, very athletic. Certainly one of the more quicker guys on the floor as well, even at the varsity level. An 8-point lead, the ball inbounded to Bennion. Drives into the paint, now he's tripped up and a foul was called against Sheldon. And that'll be 2 free throws, the 10th team foul against the Irish.
I think Bennion can just about ice the game here with some free throws.
That foul goes against Willie Taggart Jr. his first in this one. Bennion, 23 points in this one. His first free throw is good. Nothing but net. He's got 24. What a debut at the varsity level here for Silas Bennion, the sophomore at just 5'8". Second free throw is good. He's now got 25 points to pace the Lancers. 57-47 the score. 40 seconds left. Maggio right side picks up his dribble. Looking for a passer, finds Taggart. Pass underneath to Herbert. Right-handed layup is good and the foul. Here's a good-looking play from the Sheldon offense. Tic-tac-toe to Herbert down low and the foul on Enchikube. Free throw coming up for Herbert. He's now with 11 points, leading in the second half for the Irish, trailing only Hankins in total the whole game with 12. Herbert's free throw is good. He's got 12 to tie the team lead. And Sheldon down by 7, 34.2 left, but they're going to need a lot of turnovers here and missed free throws from the Lancers. Bennion to inbound, looking for a passer, and he has it. Gets it right back from Wallace Campbell. Now Bennion facing a double team in the half court. Pass it up to O'Neal, and he's fouled. Hankins trying to knock that ball away, but he got the leg of O'Neal, and he will shoot a couple of free throws. And Hankins is now fouled out, by the way. Checking in for him is Josh Paul. At the free throw line, Kalen O'Neal, he only has 2 points here in this game. It was on a potential 3-point play earlier. His first free throw is good. Nothing but net. He's got 3, and the lead back up to 8 now for the Lancers. 58-50, 25.8 left. Second free throw here for O'Neal. It's rims, but it goes in. 59-50. Pass right side to the Irish, looking that time for Uda Maggio, but it goes out of bounds. Maggio cannot hold on. Another turnover for Sheldon in this half, and it's Churchill basketball. 20 seconds left, the ball inbounded to Wallace Campbell. Now to O'Neal right side. A jumper from Lewis on the elbow, no good, tipped around, rebound goes to Uda Maggio. Up the floor goes to Willie Taggart Jr. Right side, the layup is up, and it rolls in. A nice finish there from Willie Taggart, his first varsity points in his career. Timeout called for by Sheldon, but with 5.6 left, down by 7, certainly too much to overcome for Sheldon.
Yeah, but it's good to see Willie Taggart Jr. getting some minutes here on the varsity level. We watched him in that JV game, and he is fun to watch. He's fast, he's agile, and he gets up, and you saw it on that last play. It's a nice layup there.
In the JV game, he had a couple of missed dunks. One on an alley-oop attempt that rimmed out. The other one, he just got rim checked. And actually, his dad, the head coach of Oregon football, Willie Taggart, was in attendance for the JV game. Not here, at least what I can see, for the varsity game. (59-52), Lancers in front by 7. There's up to waste 5.5 seconds left. The pass goes up the floor, and it's overthrown. It goes out of bounds over everyone. Not touched as well by the intended target, Wallace Campbell. So it'll be Sheldon basketball. They'll inbound from their own side, underneath their own basket. Won't affect the outcome, but Sheldon with a chance to change the final score with another bucket. Inbounding it is Jaron Banks. Passes it on an alley-oop attempt. Goes to Taggart off the backboard. Throws it up and it drops. Another timeout called for by Sheldon. 3.1 left. That was an alley-oop intended for Herbert. Goes to the side of the backboard right to Taggart, who finishes for 2 more points.
Yeah, that was a really lucky play there, but I don't think it's going to change the final outcome of the game.
Sheldon, they've scored 4 points in about 4 seconds, but they got to score 5 more in 3 seconds. So likely this game is basically already decided. It'll take a miracle, a steal, quick bucket, another steal, or a couple missed free throws, then a three-pointer. Other than that, not much possible for the Sheldon team.
Churchill's got to be smarter here with their inbounds play. Last play was not good, and it didn't waste any time. So all they have to do really is get it in here.
Benny in the inbounds. Pass it to Nchikube, and he is fouled with 1.9 seconds left. It's a double bonus, so 2 shots coming up here for Nchikube. Nchikube today, he has 7 points. 6'7" junior. He's been good. A big force down low. The lefty, they go from the line as well. His first free throw is good. It rattles in. He's got 8, and the lead back up to 6, 60-54. .9 left. Nchikube's second free throw. Rims in again. He's got 9. And that will do it as the ball out of the paw. A heave from deep three-point land, and it is no good. And that does it here from the regular season opener for the Lancers and the Irish. Final score 61-54, pardon me, Churchill. They come out on top. And it really was a Silas Bennion show here for Churchill. He was very, very good. 25 points, leading the offense. Also playing good defense for the Churchill team.
Yeah, the whole Churchill team ran through Bennion. He was facilitating his teammates, finishing threes, finishing layups. He's a really nice player, especially as a sophomore.
Yeah, he looks very, very good, and he will only get better. That's his first varsity game of his career, and he looked like he's been doing it for a couple of years already. He was very good on this one. Also, the supporting cast behind him, good as well. 9 points for Jonathan Nchikube, 8 for Isaiah Wallace-Campbell, 7 points for Dylan Carson, 4 for Kalen O'Neal, 2 for Lewis, and 1 for Tyler Brothers. And for the Sheldon side, leading the way was Patrick Herbert, 12 points, with all of them coming in the second half. 12 points as well for Zach Hankins. A lot of those, though, 10 of them coming in the first half. 8 points for Ben Giddings off the bench. Also, Willie Taggart coming in at the end. He had 4 points. 4 points for Udamaggio as well. 3 for Oren Patu. 5 for Josh Paul. 2 for Devontae Bailey. And 2 for Bryson Seghetti as well. Final score again here at Sheldon. The final score, the Churchill Lancers come out on top in the season opener, 61-54. They improved to 1-0, and Sheldon, they dropped to 0-1. Next game for Sheldon, the 5th of this month, so 4 days from now at Newburgh. We will not have that one for you here on SheldonAthletics.com or on 88.1 FM. The next game we do have for you for Sheldon will be at home when they take on Central Catholic on the 12th of December, right here from Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium. Up next for Churchill, they have Lebanon at home on the 5th, and then Dallas on the road on the 8th. That'll do it for us. Thanks to everyone that made this broadcast possible. My partner, Sean McPherson. My name is Mark Renning, signing off. We'll talk to you again next Friday next week on the Tuesday for more Sheldon basketball. The girls in town here for the Irish. That'll do it for now. We'll go back in the KWVA studios for more sports talk right here on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM.